the UN is serving as host to an unproductive and ill-timed conference on the so-called two-state solution in New York City. This is a publicity stunt that comes in the middle of delicate diplomatic efforts to end the conflict in Gaza. Far from promoting peace, the conference will prolong the war, will embolden Hamas, and reward its obstruction and undermine real-world efforts to achieve real peace. As Secretary Rubio has made clear, this effort is a slap in the face to the victims of October 7th and a reward for terrorism. It keeps hostages trapped in tunnels. The United States will not participate in this insult, but will continue to lead real-world efforts to end the fighting and deliver a permanent peace. Danielle, as we noted, and Nadia, who you've also got.
President Trump said he didn't mind the UK Prime Minister taking a position on statehood. Is that, can you explain what the difference is there?
Well, obviously, I'm not going to speculate on the president's reasoning, but I do know that none of us are in the business of telling people not to speak their mind. At the same time, I'm a big believer, as I know the Secretary is and the President is, and we showed this, I think, last November, is that persuading people, explaining your position, why it matters, how it impacts what we all want to achieve, is something that we must do, and that it's the way to persuade people, to change people's minds. So it doesn't surprise me that that is what he said. But of course, we also know, as I described, the nature of our situation here, about what that does in our efforts to stop the carnage. Yes, to know here at our briefing. So welcome to the front row. Again, it will change. You can't really begin to contemplate what's next until people stop killing each other. We are still at that point. We have not, because of Hamas's recalcitrance and refusal to lay down its arms, refusal to release the hostages, we're not at a point where we're looking at, what is next. We know things will have to be rebuilt. The president has made remarks in that regard. But from the beginning, calling for new ideas and a new way forward, so that it's not just a repeat of what we've experienced for generations now.
HF food items require water and fuel to cook, which is largely unavailable.
It's very often, not most often, actions speak louder than words. And our argument is that there are certain actions you can take that reward, in the midst of the defense of a country after a horrific atrocity implemented on October 7th. And the end result is, create a two-state solution, solve this problem, when in fact the problem was mass murder and just an indescribably obscene environment, and then the continuation of the terrorism of the people of Gaza, the first victims of Hamas. Still, the nature of living in that environment, the hostages that remain held, the weapons that remain held, and a refusal. We had a ceasefire early on. We had a ceasefire on October 7th. We had a ceasefire early on. They broke that. And there is a point where you don't find ways to placate or reward the people that have done such horrible things to humanity. The actions of what is being suggested, and I think we've made clear here, do just that. And it is, I think everyone deserves better, certainly first the Gazan people, but certainly the world itself.